Testing, 1, 2, testing. Shalom, Israel. With ISUPK, start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any Israelite group. We start off in 1969, where we teach that the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of Israel, and we are the original 12 tribes of Israel. There are no more. if you if you're in the ISUPK, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And of course, um, we start on 1969 where we teach our people that we're the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth. This is Kazak Shapar out of Greenville, South Carolina, teaching the Lashawan Qadash class tonight. We're going to go over just a few words, not to get it confused. This is not memorial blowing of trumpets. It'll be Sunday. But we're going to go over a few words and terms, and then I'll go over some salutes and commands too, also to help people and brothers. A lot of people just starting out, and Lashawan Kodash. Let you know, Lashawan Kodash means the holy tongue. You can find it on our chart over here. We use this chart a lot, and that's because that chart teaches the ancient Hebrew and the Syrian Hebrew. It teaches the characters just like you have the rudiments of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, where we go Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka. Before we're going to see who we have in the chat. Sorry for being a little late there. Making sure we get everything just right for class, just for you, man. Who we got in class? We got Izara, Shar, we have Hawaba, a few other brothers checking in class. We also We're always located on Facebook and YouTube, unless otherwise noted. Um, and we're gonna let's see, we're gonna concentrate class on the ancient and the Assyrian tonight. I may use some ancient, I may use some Assyrian. Assyrian is always read from right to left, contrary to the English that we've learned here in America, and we in our captivity here. We've learned to read things from left to right, and that would be wrong. I see a lot of people trying to see stuff when I spell things in English, they think it's spelled left to right, but Hebrew is always read from right to left. Of course, Lashawan, I say to repeat again, means the holy tongue. Unlike the Christian church, where you see they think a holy tongue is some gibberish that they learn from the pastor wearing the yellow shoes. I mean, y'all seen that, man. People come to church with their little gimmicks and stuff, man, to try to teach people to take people's money, really. So, but we showed you here the real understanding. Hebrew sounds like this: Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Zaka. Taya kalamana sa ipataza parashata. Of course, we have words on the board here. We're going to go a few words. All we're doing really before the Sunday coming up here is the memorial blowing of trumpets, where we learned that especially when we learn in Leviticus 23 to the Lord said, lay aside that day as a memorial. But we're going to go over a few words that, of course, remind us of this, teach us how to spell things, of course, and Leviticus 23. But we'll get to that. And we'll get to, I believe it's Judges, where Gideon had to go through his little test and show the Lord had to prove him. That's what the Lord said. Prove me. He's proving him. He went through his proving too, boy. But anyway, in the Hebrew, you learned your ABCs basically here, or you're basically what we call these Hebrew characters. Don't forget that. Hebrew characters. What we got here? Hebrew characters. That's what we learned. The Hebrew characters. Salakia. The Hebrew characters always teach you that's the makeup of a word. I mean, how you gonna know a word unless you go through? I mean, how you gonna spell a word like if you spell earth, you can't spell EARTH. In Hebrew, it would be aratazah. That would the word earth mean. Okay, so we say Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb to all of my brothers. That's in the plural, and of course to the Akwatyan, that would be the women. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashem Yahweh Shai. We'll go over that salute here a little bit after we get finished with a few words of memorial blowing of trumpets here. So I hope you guys just stay in there. What else we got in class there? Nayar, yeah, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barak, a thumb to all of my brothers. Okay. But in Hebrew, like we have a word up here. We'll go over this. First of all, like I said again, Lashawan means language, and Qadash means holy. The holy language, the ancient Hebrew. Right now, I got the language up in here, the original tongue, the ancient Hebrew. Of course, in the Syrian, we went through and we learned under some of the, I'm sorry to say Pharaoh, we learned under some of the ancient, what was that, Assyrians, right? The way to we learned their characters, but the words sound the same. So we have up a word right here. I want you guys to translate this first word here. Don't get into the second one, just do the first one here. I got them labeled 1, 2, and 3. A lot in my class I like to teach showing how I normally use the root word. I don't get into all of the like if I was going to say that tha, it would be thee or thou. That word could be thakarawan, but I'm just going to say this word, that one. And this word right here, this is a word here that we're going to go through the memorial blowing of trumpets and show you what these words mean so you can understand. So break this word down, then we'll show you what it means. And I'm going to use it in the very rudiment or the root word of it I'm not going to get into the right now the preposition or the um, possessive adjective of the word. I'm just going to get into the roots of the words right here. So break this word down. Number one, break that one down. Just tell me what that's. Write it in the chat. You guys are used to doing that. That's what I've been doing. Of course, if you don't know, if you're a beginner, what you want to do is take each one of these words and go through the chart. Of course, since this is in an ancient Hebrew, you want to go through the ancient Hebrew chart. You wouldn't be looking at the Assyrian. I mean, if I would write it in Assyrian, then you would look at the Assyrian chart. That makes sense? So you guys take your time, right? And go through. Okay. So, and then we'll get into some Hebrew salutes, or I'll get into it after we get finished with these, and then I'll go through a few Hebrew salutes. But I'll talk about the true meaning of the memorial blowing of trumpets. Is memorial means like a commemorance, or the word memorial means memory. That's what it is, and we had to we had to. I'll get into it to show you as you guys translate that number one. I'll get into what we had to go through. Show you using in Leviticus. It says, speaking to the children of Israel, saying on the seventh day. I'm sorry, seventh month, in the first day of the month shall ye have a Sabbath of memorial blowing of trumpets, and as it is a holy convocation. And of course, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are on Sunday. What day would that be? The 21st, I think. We're going to celebrate that day as a memorial because the Most High told us to, right? And that's what it is. And why? Because Israel's always doing something. Uh, we're always in the children. Matter of fact, we were oppressed. And the reason why is because I'll read it in here in Judges, the book of Judges, because that's what the Most High wanted us to have, judges instead of kings. But at this time, Israel had judges. The Lord said in Judges 6:1 says, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Most High, okay, or Yahweh. And Yahweh delivered them into the hand of Midian for 7 years, man. That's Shabbai, okay? 7 years, all right? And that's what the Lord did for 7 years. And that's what you got, Yawam, I believe, another Yawam's days. I'll have to look that up. But for 7 years, let me look that up here real quick. Slock you. Sorry, Shana, or you can say Shanayam, Shabashanayam, or for 7 years we would say Shabbat or Shabai. Then we say Shah. What is that? What did I say? Shanayam. Shana Yum. That is that word. That means Shanayim. That's like 7 years, and in the Hebrew, for 7 years we did evil in the sight of the Lord. That's what you got to understand. That's why we're at this. We're and the Most High got us out of that trouble, of course. But the Most High said, "Remember that I got you out of this trouble." That's what you have to understand. So Shabbat is 7, right? Of course, you guys are still working on this right here. This first, okay? Shemayim, Shanayim, okay? Shanayam, okay? So that's what did I say? 7. That means years, okay? And this, of course, is years. For 7 years, or you would say the word Shabbai. You would say Shah, Shah, Ba, Shabbai. That's Shabbai. Okay? And then, of course, Shanayam, you're going to have, because remember, Hebrew is right to left. I'm just writing out this right here. Right here. I'm just writing out what 7 years look like in Hebrew, right? Shabbat. Then I'll have Shah, Ba. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Shah, Na. And you'll have a word like this. Shana, you want to say Shah, Na. Then you want to say Yah. You want to say Yah, be like this. Then you want to have Shanayim. So it says Shah, Ba, Yum. That's how Hebrew looks if you were writing it out in for 7 years. If you were looking Shabbat Shanayam, 7 years. This word is 7 and this is years. And plural. Remember that's Yum. That's how it will look. This is the plural part of it. Okay. So for 7 years, Israel got themselves in trouble. And we've been in trouble here for about 400 years, haven't we? You know what I'm saying? So 7 years, we got ourselves in trouble. So let's get back into that. Where we at? What was I? Yeah. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them, or Yahweh, unto the hand of Midian for 7 years, and then the hand of Midian prevailed against them, prevailed against Israel. And then it's ironic that they're talking about Israel. They're not talking about Moab. They're not talking about the East Indies. They're not talking about who else? They're not talking about what I say, Moabites. They're not talking about Hamites. You know, they're talking about Israelites, us. We got ourselves in trouble, and then they allowed a country of Midian, and we'll get into that. And they allowed countries of well, let's finish reading here. And the hand of Midian prevailed against Israel. What does it mean to prevail? That means that they got Israel and they put a stronghold over them, man. You know, prevail against Israel. And because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them in dens and in mountains and caves and strongholds. They had Israel in a bad situation, man. So you don't want to ever get put in this situation again. The Lord say, remember it. Okay. Okay. And then it says, and so it was, verse 3. And so it was when Israel, it's talking about Israel. This is our history. Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Okay. And so it was when Israel had sown that the Midian sown when they sow. What does it mean to sow? Like to throw out seed and you reap it, plant, and get it back up, right? When Israel had sown, the Midianites came up and the Amalekites. Oh boy, there you go again. I believe that's some Hamites, right? And the children, and the children of the east, even they came up against them. So Israel had all kinds of people, all kinds of problems up here with enemies, man. And they encamped against them and destroyed the increase of the earth till thy coming to Gaza. That's that little piece over there in Israel that they're tearing up right now, right? Unto Gaza, and left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep, nor ox, nor ass. They didn't leave nothing to eat. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's what happened to the children of Israel at that time in those days. That's why the memorial blowing the trumpet, the Lord said, I'm going to show you a time when Israel had to go through. And boy, the Lord Most High pulled us out of that. That's why I'm bringing up these words. So anybody come up with some of these words before we go on? That was the sort of like the preamble. Anybody? Okay. So we got a word za. I mean, what do we got? Za. What is that? A Z? We got za. What else? Ka. You see that ka up there?
Yeah.
That's a K A. How do we know it's not a C H A? Because there are two kinds of ka, right? In Hebrew. How do we know? Because it doesn't have that little ladder symbol there, or that other one. That ladder symbol would have been the ka that looks like this. CHAAA. Well, we're not talking about that one. Or that would have looked like what?
Azara came
Yeah, what you got, Azara?
She has Zakar.
Spell that.
Zakar.
All right. Spell like that.
Got it.
Clap it up for Azara. That's why we like to have Azara in class, man. She be coming out. I know you there in that yard too. You how about Shar? All y'all come up with these. Zakar. What is Zakar? What is that? What is that? What we got going on there? Let me explain to you what that is. Let me explain to you what that word is. That word is, write this in your notes so you'll have it. Zakar just simply means memorial. It's the root word, okay, of memorial. Memorial means to what? It's a reminder. It's the root word zakar. It's a root word for to remember. Okay, and the root word it could be zakar rawan, but we're just gonna say zakar. Okay, because out of that you can build a lot of words off of memory for that word zakar. Okay, so right now zakar memorial. That's really what it means. Okay, I don't want to say a memorial, the memorial. I'm just gonna say memorial. And that root word is to what does zakar mean? What did I say it means? Memorial. Or to memorize something. That makes sense? All right, let's move on to number 2 here, real quick. Give me this word here. Number 2. Y'all move up to number 2. We're moving on up, right? uh let's get that word. Number 2. Y'all come up with what that one is. So I'm doing it real easily here for you because it's the ancient Hebrew. That makes sense? And I like to teach it this way. That way you guys will break down what the words are and break down how you can just put things in the root word. And we can add prefixes to them. We can add later on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get the root of word. If you can, sometimes you have to go on, list the whole word. But that's the root word of zakar. Okay. So let's see what this word is right here. That one. Number 2 there. Okay. What we got? Well, it says zakar. Yeah. Okay. All right. The next one is okay. You'll discover that we're doing something here, zakar, because like I said, this is like an understanding. So, oh, somebody else got something up there. What you got?
Azara has THA
THA
QAI.
Q.
QAI.
Did I spell that right? The quad. The quad. That's right. Yeah. I believe that's right. The quad. That means what? The root word for what? To blow. To blue, or they blew. I'm just saying the root word because you can take that word a little bit further. But in this case, this is the root word. It means to blow, to clap, to strike, to sound, to thrust, to give a blow, or give a blast, like dun, 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 you know, that sort of sound, right? So when you say the quad, that's right. Okay. So it just simply means to blow or blew. or blown. I'm not going to get into the past, present, and perfect tense of those words. That's a whole nother class. That's why I like to get into the root of the word, the qua. Okay. All right. Where everybody got that one? Everybody, did you get that one all right too,
Yes.
sis?
Yes.
All right. Oh, clap it up for Izara. She's got that leading us out there. And how about you got it right? Okay, gotcha. All right, now number 3 here. Let's go into that one here. Like I said, for 7 years, Shabbai Shanayim or Shanayam. 7 years, we were in the trouble of couldn't have no crops, no cattle, no sheep, no asses. You know, we didn't have none of the, nothing to no food, man, and no none of that. And as a matter of fact, we'll read a little bit further here. As a matter of fact, while y'all do that, I'll read a little further here while y'all work on number 3. It says this. Let's go back to Judges. I like to read along. And they encamped against them. This is what they did. When you said camp against us, so the Amalekites and the Midianites, they encamped against them. And they encamped against them and destroyed the increase of the earth. Judges 6 and 4. Destroyed the increase of the earth, man, till thou come unto Gaza. You know, we are that little piece of land over there. And left no sustenance. What's sustenance? That's how you eat. You got to have something to sustain you. So that word sustenance, right? No sustenance for Israel. Well, the Most High is only concerned about Israel. He ain't concerned about all these other nations. You'll see what he did to them. That's why you'll know. You read 2nd Esdras 6 and 54, you realize that he's not concerned about these other nations, man. Left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep, nor ox, nor ass. That means even they didn't have nothing to eat. The goats didn't have nothing to eat. So anyway, for they came up with their cattle, it's saying right here, and their tents, verse 5, and they came as grasshoppers for multitude, for both they and their camels were without number, and they entered into the land to destroy it. To do what? You see what Israel had to go through? Now you see why the Lord is giving us a day to remember, or Zakar. Y'all know where these words come from. Now you'll understand why the Lord came up with these words. Okay? Let me get a little sustenance here. Wait a minute. To sustain you while I shower. Right? Right. And Israel was greatly impoverished. Oh, y'all have heard that word before. Greatly impoverished, man. What does that mean? That means we were down, man. Down low as you can get, just like we are right now. We're greatly impoverished. You can't get no lower than what is children of Israel were back then. And how we are right now. Rent's $2,000. Food, you give it out of the store, you make it out of the store right now impoverished. Come on now. You make it out of the store, it might cost you how much? For one bag of groceries, $23.37. Come on, man. That's like a day's wage you spent I don't know, 2 hours maybe, an hour and a half for your salary, whatever you make. Even if it was an hour, it'd still be a lot, man. Okay, and Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites, because of this enemy, the Midianites. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. What does that mean? They cried out. Okay, and it came to pass when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord because of the Midianites, right? The Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, which said unto them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, or Yahweh of Yasharallah. That's what Israel is, okay? I brought you up out of the Lord explained it to you. Now, this is what I've done for you before. You got to understand this. That's how you know it's the children of Israel. Because ain't nobody been brought up out of Israel like the children of Israel. I mean, out of Egypt like the children of Israel, right? Out of that Pharaoh, that that Pharaoh land down there. You know, what was I at? That the Lord, verse 8, that the Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, which saith unto the Lord, which, jeez, let me start over. That the Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, which saith unto them, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up from Egypt, that's Mizraim, okay, and brought you forth out of the house of bondage. Now, if he did that before again, if he did that one time before, he's going to do it again. He did that before. That makes sense. I know people y'all got this word up here already. Okay, out of the house of bondage. So let's put that down. Let's see who we got that word here. Let's work on. Do we got this word here? What we got on the board?
No one's come up yet.
Number 3. I know y'all reading in your Bible. I'm sorry. Y'all work on number 3 here. Oh, I thought I told them. I'm working faster. Work on number 3. What does this word mean? So far we have memorial, blowing. I'll just say the quiet, or blowing, or we can say blowing for that matter, right? I'm gonna put this word here. I'm gonna say blowing, but this is just a root word of it. So the quiet, okay? Without the build on that, I don't want to get, because if I put it down, I'll have to explain it. So I don't want to put it down exactly what it is. So I put the root of it. What we got? Anybody? While y'all fix that, let's go. And verse 9, and I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians. The Most High did that when he used Moses, remember? Now he's giving us another prophet, right? And I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians and out of the hand of all that oppress you. You see that right there? Out of all the people that oppress us, right? And drave them out before you and gave you their land. He gave us their land. Let me show you how the Lord did it. Because he's going to show you. And of course, we're going to go over that. That's what we're going to memorialize that day. The Lord has given us the exact day when that occurred. The generals have worked it out. That'll be this Sunday, right? And by the way, when we're here, man, y'all make sure y'all pay y'all tithe and offering, right? Under commanding General Yahanna in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Don't be paying it nowhere else. Don't go to the second hill of the tabernacle on the hill. And don't go there with your pink shoes on and your pink hat or your black hat and your black dress. Don't go there with that witch shit. I'm sorry. Did I say that? No. Don't go there with that. Get in the ISUPK, okay? If you're going to wear all black, make sure you get in the ISUPK and come in here. We'll show you what's going on with that, right? Right. Don't go up there with them yellow shoes on and all that trying to pay no tithe. You pay it here under commanding General Yahanna. All right. Get with your camp leader, okay? And I said unto you, I am the Lord your God, or Yahweh. Fear not the gods of the Amorites, because see, they had other gods. The Amorites, they had other gods. Okay, and they were using them. If you fear them, you ain't gonna fear the Lord. Okay, the Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom, not the fear of these other gods. You can't go nowhere like that. Okay, anyway, to fear not the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. You dwell in there. Don't fear them. Okay, but ye have not obeyed my voice. We didn't even obey his voice now. That's why the Lord had us in captivity, hung up in caves and stuff, hanging around, no nothing to eat. The goats sitting up there, can't eat nothing. I'm just giving you some words that'll. So when we do the memorial blowing of trumpets, we do this every year. Okay, falls on Sunday this time, right? Gideon is visited, the Most High, and there came an angel to the Lord and sat on an oak tree, which was an ophrah that pertained to Joash the Abizarite, and his son Gideon. That was his son. It could have came. I looked that word up. This from Manasseh, and I think it was Ephraim, I believe. Not sure about that. And his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites. In other words, thresh wheat, when they took these little forks and threshed the wheat, got all the bad stuff out and left them with wheat. Well, they needed it too, man. Okay, and he hid it in the winepress. So Gideon was smart. Okay, his name would have been, I'll show you that in a second here. But anyway, and the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, the Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. So priest and prophet, when they call you a mighty man of valor, what they're saying is that you're right there in company with Gideon. That makes sense. Okay, let's get into this. Let's go. I'm sorry, it's locked. Verse number 3 here. What we got? Anybody on that word right there? In the Hebrew, we got it. Anybody got it? Number 3. Somebody.
Not yet.
What we got in the word? What you got?
I have.
You tell me what you got.
I have Shaphath.
Who?
SHAPATH. Shapar. I'm sorry. Shapar.
Is that what you got? Azara and who else? Let's see. Hawabah, Shar, Nayar, or Shapar. That just happened. Y'all know somebody named Shapar, don't you?
Yeah.
Shapar, right. Yeah, gotcha. Shapar is like a shofar or like a horn, and it blows what? A sound. And that's what these are. Memorial blowing of this trumpet. Okay? Or the trumpet or horn. Okay? It's a trumpet or it's a shofar or horn or something that makes a sound. Comes from the ram, if that's what everybody else had, but that's what that word is. The shofar, okay? Shofar, okay? But the root word is shofar. That's Kazakh shofar simply means strong trumpet, like strong voice, a strong sound, like that, right? Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so Azra, get that? All right, let's clap it up for everybody there. Even I had that one right. Let's clap it up. All right. Azra had it right. I think she had that one right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put a couple more words on the board here before I get into something else. Because we're just going over some words here so people understand. It won't take that long to put this here down here. So people understand the memorial blowing of trumpets, what this is all about, man. Give me about 10 seconds here. Let me show. Hold a minute. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Okay, I'm gonna do this real quick here. Okay. Right there. Y'all work on number 1. Can you see number 1? Work on number 1 there. All right. And while I give you this, and I'm gonna give you this one in another language here. I'm gonna give you this one, this number 2 here. When you work on number 2, I'm gonna give you number 2 in Assyrian. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see where we at. There. It's locked. As a matter of fact, y'all work on these. Tell me what these mean. As a matter of fact, number 2, we're gonna put that one in red here. Let you know that that's actually number 2 there. Okay. Number 1 is in black. That would be in the ancient Hebrew, right? But number 2, we're gonna put that one in Assyrian. Let me let me there we go. I'll put this in a put a little red in there so y'all see it. They should be able to see that, I think. Okay. All right. There's a couple words I want y'all to put down. And y'all get used to that and tell me. We're gonna transliterate these words here, okay? Transliterate these words here. Like I said, we're doing the words that associate with a memorial blowing of trumpets here, so you'll understand what kind of trouble we were in, man. So you'll understand a little better, right? Anyway, put it this way. Verse 13, Judges 6 and 13. I'll read some more. And Gideon said unto him, O my Yahweh, if the Lord or if Yahweh be with us, why then is all this befalling us? In other words, why are we in so much trouble, so much hot, right? So you'll understand what the memorial blowing of trumpets is in these words. Just so when we get to it, you'll remember this class, right? And where be all of the miracles? Where the miracles at, man? Which our fathers told us. Our fathers sat us down and told us all the miracles. Who do you think he's talking about? He's talking about Moses, right? And Aaron. Those are our fathers. By the time they got to Judges, right? Because Moses couldn't make it across the Jordan. So he's telling these stories, saying, but this is befall them again. And they heard about all the stories of all of the miracles that happened in Egypt. And they said, we're so strong, man. But what happened? What's going on with us? Why are we sitting up here off of the side of a little hill, living in somewhere in a valley, a cave, or whatever, eating leftover threshing floor corn? Ain't even got enough. Ain't takes meat, a steak in about 2 weeks, or 3-4 weeks, or whatever. Just being facetious here. And where be all the miracles which our fathers told us? You see, saying, did not the Lord bring us up out of Egypt? That could only have been Moses and Aaron, right? Right? Up from that. But now the Lord hath forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. Just letting you know that this the children of Israel story. This the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Those people are our people. This is the Bible. This is our book. It's telling you about how we got in trouble back there in Gideon days, right? Okay, let's finish. And the Lord looked upon him and said, go in this might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent thee? Whoa, you see that right there? Mm-hmm. So he's telling them, he said, didn't I send you? Right? Y'all got them words? Y'all let me know when y'all come up with the answer to that, because I'm going to give you another word here real quick while I got it in my mind here. Okay. All right. I'm going to put another word up here while it's on my mind. All right. Let's see. We're going to put this in the ancient Hebrew, right? I'm going to put this word here so you understand it. Sometimes I have to look to see what I'm writing. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. There. That word right there. Tell me what that word is in Hebrew. And I got 3 of them up there. And I got, y'all should be working on them, okay? All right. Number 1, 2, and 3. What's the first one? Anybody got the first one yet? We got 2 of them in the ancient Hebrew, and 1 of them in the Assyrian. That number 2 is in Assyrian. Just did that to mix it up just a little bit, okay? What we got? All right, let's help you out then. Okay. Ma, da, ma, da, what? Y'all finish it up. Okay. Ma, da, ya. How about that? Ma, da, yan. What does ma, da, yan? Anybody? Well, I'll tell you. I'll help you out on the first one. It's Midian. That's the enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
rocking.
does she got? Tell me what she got. What's the spelling?
Madayan.
Missed the word there. She got M.
Madayan.
Like that?
Turn it off.
That's it. That spells Midian. And of course, that is an enemy of the Lord. Back then, and it is now. Enemy. Okay? That's how you spell it. Madawan. I'm sorry, Madayan. Madayan. That's an enemy, or Midian. Midianites, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the people that lived back in the Most High. Eventually said, he did right. He gave us their land, as it turned out. Of course, we're not in the land right now. Of course, y'all understand that. We're talking about what Gideon and them had freed themselves up to do. But the memorial blowing of trumpets actually is a commemoration that the Most High turned that land right back over to them. Of course, we got kicked out in AD 70. Y'all understand that, okay? All right. All right. We got that one. She got that one right. Let's clap it up for her, right? You get that one right also? Clap it up for class right there. Okay. Okay. What's the next one here? Number 2. Y'all work on this one. And then I believe that to be roughly one of the last ones we'll do here for that, and then we'll get into something else here. Just kind of giving you a refresher on the memorial blowing of trumpets so you'll understand. And I hope you guys can certainly make it out to your school. South Carolina, we're going to have the memorial blowing of trumpets. We're going to commemorate that, celebrate it, of course, with food and beverage and drink, man. Right? Okay. At the Greenville School, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Check in our chat so you'll understand. If you need to understand that, just look it up. You'll see the Greenville Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge in Simpsonville. Okay. All right. It's on Main Street, I believe. That makes sense. Just don't want to mess the directions up. I know. That's all I'm trying to say. All right. What's the next one here? That's the next. Remember now, this is in another language. That means it's still Hebrew. It's still Hebrew, Abba Gada Hawazaka, but it's just spelled differently. Because the Assyrians, another enemy, gave us a whole different language, right? So check that one out. Okay. And then of course, I should have put I didn't even put the the there. Slocky. I forgot to put a yeah, I'm sorry. All of the connectors, the single connectors and the joining connectors, I did not even put them together under there, but you still got it. I'm glad. At least you spelled it out. Madayan. Let's work on this now. You're not going to have connectors in this one here. I'll write this a little different. There. A little better. Okay. That look better. That look better? Yeah. Can they see it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. There it is. I try to make sure you guys can see this. There. There we go. And of course, like all I'm doing is just putting up some words so that y'all can see words that are connecting with the memorial blowing of trumpets, right? Of course, so you'll understand what these words are. And of course, the whole idea is so you can understand what this day meant. By the time I put enough words in and read enough scripture, and in your mind you will have what's going on. Of course, the class of Lashawan Qadash, right? And we're going to go over it a little bit more. We'll go over it Sunday, and it's a little bit more extensive than Leviticus 23. Of course, we'll touch on it a little bit Sunday. I'm sorry, we're touching on a little bit now in the Lashawan Qadash class, so you'll understand it. The words that lead up to it. Anybody got that number 2? Okay. Anyway, what do you got?
Nobody got it.
Okay. What do you got? Huh? Now that's Assyrian now.
Yeah. I have IMA.
Okay. I
MA.
MA
LA.
LA
QA.
QA. All right, I'll put you down what you got.
I don't know if it's right, but
I'm all la qua. Well, you don't want that right there. You don't need that A there.
okay.
Because if you use that A, it will say I'm all la qua. I'm all la qua. No, you don't need that. It'll be amala. I guess if you put it, it wouldn't hurt it. But I think the word's more like this: amala qua. Or this the word. What do you think that is?
Yeah, I was not sure either.
Yeah. Now you don't want to use the qua, but if you put it there, it wouldn't damage the word too much. But it's really Amalekite. Okay, so that word spells this. It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's really sorry, Jesus. It's really the word is ma. Now it don't spell too much like the Imalak. This is Amalak. Okay?
Okay.
Spelled a little different than how they translate it, right? So it's Umalekites. Okay? That makes sense? But that's what that word translates to. Amalak. Now it doesn't look nothing like this here and there that you get confused. Don't worry about that. That's just how it translates. Okay, Amalek. Okay, that those Amalekites, man. Those were what? They were enemies. That makes sense. They were enemies. There you go again with the enemies of the Most High. I'm simply just posting what they were. Who Gideon and our people had to come up against way back then, right? So here's another what? Another enemy. That's another enemy, right? The Amalekites, okay? That's what you got to understand. And these are the people that hung out, and the Lord was basically just testing us, really. Anytime you see the children of Israel going up against enemies like that, it's to test us, man. Because when He put us in this new kingdom, your tests, you ain't got to worry about that. The Yahweh Shai going to be giving you orders. And you won't have to worry about them tests no more, man. You would have met them. That's my point. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So the Amalekites, that's what those people were, man. That's what we had to go up against the Midianites and the Amalekites, right? Amalekah, okay? Amalek, Amalekah, okay? Those were people like they were like uh, Amalek, dwell in the valley, you know, or descendants of Amalek, for as I realize, Amalekites, okay? The Amalekites, you know, descendants. Well, who is Amalek? Oh boy. Those that's fake Jews, right? Those Ashkenazi Jews who stuck up in there right now. Uh, uh, taken drove us. That's why they anyway. They're there thinking they're supposed to be in that land and they're not supposed to be. They've driven us. The Rome driven us out way back in 70 A.D. and we had an imposter in Revelation, I believe it's 2:9, that says that they think that they're fake Jews and they try to be part of the land, but the Most High never put them there. They put themselves there, walked up in there, but they gonna get out of that land. They're gonna get out of Beulah land in a little bit here, wearing their little beaver hats and stuff like that. They're not gonna be there that long. Just just wait and see. But anyway, those Amalekites, right? And Midian work together against us. Let's get this last one here, and we'll work on something else here. What's this last one here? Can they see that from the bottom? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's work on that one. Now I have written that one in ancient Hebrew because this y'all get off of the Assyrian Hebrew so much you begin to realize that, oh man, when I said I am a Amalek, I'm Amalekites, those descendants of the Amalek, who should have been destroyed by Saul a while back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, at this time, Saul, what was it? Was Saul around yet? Let's see. See, Genesis, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Joseph, first six, okay. No, Saul ain't been around yet, but he gonna find out. I'm writing his history here. Sorry, it's lucky. But he ain't got around here yet. But he gonna find out if those people right there. Most High, you'll find out later on in the Bible that the Lord told Saul to destroy all his Amalekites. Of course, he hadn't got to them yet. Gideon was going to put a hurting on him, right? And he did. And we'll get into that story where the Lord told the how to pick the to fight this particular enemy, how many to go into battle with them. We're not going to get into that right now. That's just we don't have enough time really. But y'all, let's work on this one word right here. Let's find out what this is. Let's see. Transliterate this word. I like to translate. When y'all transliterate in class, I know that we can learn from that. Okay. Cause when we were talking about the shofar memorial, when we blowing the trumpets, that was sound the alarm, sound the battle cry, man. You know, that's what that really meant. Alarm, a war cry, a battle cry. We're showing you in those words that we were showing you, that's what it really meant. The sound of battle cry, you know. Get that shofar or that shofar, what we did on the last one. Yeah, we did shofar, not shapad, but shofar. And sound the battle cry, right? Okay, so y'all work on number 3. Y'all got that? Let me know when y'all got that, okay? All right. Let me know that one when you get that one done. Let me know when y'all get that. And then I believe that'll be the last one when it comes to Lashawan Qadash, when it comes to the words of the memorial blowing of trumpets here. And then we'll work on a few other things. Then we'll end class, right? Okay. Some things that people need to see. Uh, we'll maybe work on. I'm thinking we want to work on a salute in Hebrew. That's what I want to work on. Okay. Real quick here. It won't take long. Salutes for the brother and the sister, and a few other words that we got. So y'all got that done yet?
Okay, Azra has an answer.
What Isra got?
She has GADA, GADA,
Okay.
IWWAN.
So what do you think that spells? Oops. Anybody? What do you think that spells? Is that right? Let's see. GADAIW. It looks right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's pronounce it. Let's pronounce that. Gadawan. Huh? This looks familiar to you? This is the principal character that did that back then. That was the prophet.
Kidding.
Right. Gideon. Let's clap it up. Gideon, Gadawan. Okay. Gideon was back there listening to the Lord say, while he was in the middle of thrashing wheat on the floor there, trying to hide it so our people have something to eat. The Lord said, he said, and I've been listening to all our stories from my forefathers, from my mom and dad, and we talked about Moses. And why are we going through this? It's like you how we read the Bible and we got on slave ships, right? And we come to the hill, and that's when they sang the old Negro spirituals, like wondering why are we going through this? You think about it. You think those slaves said that thing? Why you got to be another man's slave like that? When we are the greatest people ever. You don't think so? Deuteronomy 7:6 said we are the greatest people ever. So we're walking, and we're the greatest people ever walked the earth. But you kind of wonder how we get into that trouble. That's what Gideon is saying. How do we get there? We came through a whole episode of Moses pulling us, crosses us through the Red Sea, right? Crossing us through the Red Sea, giving us sustenance, water, bread, food, clothing, all through hot and cold areas. So it wasn't too cold over there, or at night when you needed it. And we sitting up here having problems. Well, because we were disobedient, right? And then when the Moses Lord finally got Moses together, you know, and got his situation together and straightened everything out. By the time that happened, the Most High had us on our way, taking us across the Jordan, and told Moses, "You stay back here. We got people over there, Gideon. He gonna take care of some things for you." Right, Joshua, right? And then, of course, we went off track a little bit. But by the time we got right here, the memorial blowing of trumpets, the Lord did a special thing for us against the Midianites and the Amalekites. Okay, Midian, right? Madian and Amalek. He said, "He'll gonna bring this prophet up here." What was this? This was a prophet, a priest and prophet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
That's who this was. Priest and prophet. Gideon. His name was Zerubbabel. Not Zerubbabel, but Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel. Slakia. That was his name. That was his Hebrew name. And if you pronounce it, if you want to say it in Gideon, it's Gadawan. But that would have been his name, Zerubbabel. Okay, in the Bible. Okay. Another name you can say right there. I ain't gonna put that one down. I'm just gonna just stay with Gideon. Gadawan. That makes sense? Okay. All right, let's move on. I think we're good on that right there. Okay. Let me write this down here, and then I want to go to this, and we're going to end class real quick here. Okay. I think you guys got good notes on that. That makes sense. I mean, there are more words that I can write down here, but I've been in class all night trying to give you every word that's related to memorial blowing of trumpets, right? Okay. So I'm going to write something like yeah. We're gonna say what's this word right here? Let's just do this one right here. Let's see. Let's just go through this right here. Let's go through this. Let's just do this right here. Let's go over these words right here, right before we end class. And then we'll end class. Okay. All right. Work on number 1 and number 2. Tell me what those words are. Okay. Woo. Just some words, just basic words, right? I'm gonna write this one in. I'll put this one in Hebrew. Lock it. That's what I want. Work on the first 2. Okay? Let's work on the first 2. You need to put the connectors on there. No? Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. Uh, if it ain't, we'll correct it as we go. Okay. All right. All right. The first one, you got that one? We'll put it down here. Don't worry about this yet. Let me put a line here so y'all see the difference. Just work over here on that side of the line. How about that? Y'all with me? All right. Y'all got it? Y'all ready? And I'll put the connectors on there. When I have connectors, it's kind of hard to explain the word, right?
Ashura has the first one.
Okay, what you got, Ashura? Number one.
She has the water. THAWADAH.
What does the water mean, Azara? Right in there what it means. You can transliterate that one. And as we go on, that's why I'm gonna take you up on some of these transliterations, because after a while y'all been able to tell me what they mean. And that's why I know you've grown. That's when I would know you have grown, okay? What does the water mean? It's just basic word vocabulary because I think we need it. The water. What does that mean? That's how it's spelled. The wa da. Independent connector, and then what is that connector there? That is dependent connector, right? Connectors. What does connectors do? We don't have connectors in the Assyrian language, but connectors connect the sound, which makes it a lot easier. Okay. What's the answer?
Thank you.
It means thank you. Clap it up for that sister right there. Clap it right. The water simply means thank you. It's just a lot of people. You have people spell all kind of words. All right, what we got right here? Make sure I spell that one right. Right? Yeah, that's right. All right, what we got for number two? Number two. Before we get into the men's salute, and then we'll get into the women's salute, and then we'll end class, okay? Right? So when you come to school and you for the memorial blowing the trumpet, you'll know how to say the salute, right? It's some basic words. The wada means thank you, okay? It just simply means thank you. That's what it means. Okay? What's next? We got anything? What we got for this word? You got something for that? What you got?
Shalakia.
Okay. Spell
SH.
SHAL. SHA. Okay. L.
ACH.
What else?
YA.
YA. That means, I'm sorry. I got the wrong. You're right. That's the wrong. That's how people spell it. Shalakia. But the word is really this. Okay. So Make sure people can see it. Kind of wanted people to see that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Kind of.
Like this. I hear people saying shalakia from here to going to bed cornrow. Call them the corn in the field, man. The word is salak, which salakia. So that's why shalakia won't work. Right? Don't even look right, does it? That's why you say, man, that don't look right. Else it's not shop. It's salak. When you see people say shalakia, they don't know what they're talking about, man. It's salakia. Salak. Well, I'm just telling you what I was taught.
Okay.
Salak means it's just no different than the water means thank you. Salak means what? What does salak mean? Salakia means Azara. I call on you. I'm picking on Azara since you gotta go. I'll pick on both y'all. What y'all got? What you got? What you got? Where's the man at? Where's Nayar? Salakia. What does it mean? Okay. What is y'all tell me what Salakia mean? Huh?
Forgive me.
Or forgive me, yeah. Or excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna say forgive me
Mm-hmm.
or excuse me, okay? To forgive, is that what you had, Azara?
I saw had sorry.
Sorry, I can see I'm gonna put sorry down too. Either one of them. Sorry, forgive me, excuse me. Either one of them. All right, let's get real quick, y'all. Y'all write that down. I mean, it's just something to write down. And the men would say Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Barakatah. What does Yahweh mean? What is that? Means what? That's God, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the Lord, right? Or God. What's Bahasham? Bahasham means name, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So let's write it down, right? Right? Name. So we say in the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the name. Okay, what is Yahweh Shai? What is that? Everybody know what that is, right? You would say that would be like Christ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the black Christ. We're gonna put that one down as a black Christ. We don't want because there ain't no other.
Right.
I don't want to get people mix that up with the anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Barak. What does Barak mean? Now let's make sure we understand this bird is Barak. Barak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barak. What does it mean?
To bless.
To bless, right? The sister said to bless. All right, Azara, she said bless.
Mm-hmm.
So what does atha mean? And how would you say it plural? Barak, what does atha means? All right, and both of y'all, what do you got? Help the people out who's listening in.
That's what it says. You.
Bless you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how would I say bless y'all? If I want to say all of y'all, how would I say that? Bless all y'all. I bless a lot of people that's in Israel,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of brothers. For the men, because this is a men's salute, right? Bless you, right? I would say Barak what? Thun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barakathun, right? Barakathun, right? That makes sense? We got that? So let's do the last one. Yahweh Basha. So we're going to say Yahweh Shamar, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's write it down. Y'all tell me what that means as we go here before we get out of class here. All right, we're gonna say Yahweh, right? Yahweh. Shamar. Yahweh is God again, right? Or okay, there we go. Man. Yahweh. There we go. Yahweh. What does Shamar mean? Anybody?
To watch.
To watch? Is that what you say?
Kind of.
Yahweh means to watch, right? It's to watch over, right? So we gotta say to watch. So we're gonna say the next word is that'll mean over, right?
Mm-hmm.
To watch over what? So we're gonna say Yahweh Shema al what? Al Atha, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Atha mean again?
You. So I can.
I said Barakathon. I meant Barak. Say you. Jeez, I did that wrong. So how would you pluralize this one? Barakathon, right?
Kind
Ooh, mistake. Right? That's the plural, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is for the women, right?
Yes. The kind of one.
This is for a woman, right? Or women. Let's go back and correct something I did for the men that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barak to pluralize that, how would I say that?
For the men.
Yeah.
A thumb.
A thumb, right? I think I might have written it down wrong, did I? That's for the men. If you want to say plural. Okay? All right. But for the women, it's Yahweh Shema Alatha, and then I just want to get that in there, right? And then Alatha Bashem Yahweh Barak Yahweh Shema Alatha. What else?
Passion.
Bashem. Basham.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Yahweh Shah, right? True?
Kind of.
So you want to say Yahweh Shai. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this again. Yahweh, right? God, Shamar, I'll, Atha, or a thun if you're going to do it in plural. Bashem, which means what? In the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go with that in the name. Well, what is in the name? What is in? That's a preposition, right?
Yes.
In the, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the name, because name, the plural, name in its rudiment, in its root word means sham, in its root word means name. Okay? Yahweh Shai is who? Okay? Let me spell that right. Yahweh Shai. That is Christ. That's our Lord and Savior, right? Mashiach, one who died for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Only died for Israel. So, Yahweh Shema, I'll a tha or a thun, right?
Yeah.
Or a thun. If it's plural, right?
Mhm.
Bashim in the name of Christ. Bashim Yahushua. That makes sense? So let's clap it up for that. Right? That makes sense? I'm pretty sure everybody got that right? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we were abreast on the, yeah. I just wanted to make sure everybody had the salute down pack and had the word the wada and salak. Yeah, it's not shalak. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get some Hebrew announcements here going on, right? Uh, that we're going to let people know that we had a wonderful Tawab class. If we had a Tawab class, put those black hand claps up in there. You know, they got the black emoji, don't they? And y'all like and share the class. And make sure you pay your tithe and offering under command and General Yahanna, you know, and make sure you pay your tithe and offering. And if you're concerned about how much that is, you want to pay 10% of all your earnings, right? That makes sense? That makes sense? 10% of all your earnings. Okay, so that's what you want to realize, that we're what Commander Johnny Hanna can go down and pay some bills and do the things he needs to do uh, for the ISUPK, right? That makes sense. So we're going to close the class here. Everybody had there's some people got some hand claps in there, right?
Yes, that's right.
Go ahead and put your hand claps in there if you enjoyed the class. That makes sense. All right. Let's see here. Um, let me see. But don't forget that Day of Atonement is this Sunday. Make sure you guys understand. Here, I got it right here. Let's see. Uh, this Sunday at 7 o'clock. I'm sorry, not the memorial blowing of trumpets, not the Day of Atonement. I'm sorry, Slocky. Getting ahead of the class here. Memorial blowing of trumpets, Salakia. Memorial blowing of trumpets, okay? That you make sure you visit your school, visit the ISUPK, and let's do the memorial blowing of trumpets this Sunday, okay? We have any questions? Let's make sure y'all do that right now. Give any questions for it. That's pertaining to the class anyway. Okay. What we got? Man, we'll check. We'll wait a few seconds to see if you guys got anything for class. Any questions here? Then we'll end class. Okay. Memorial blowing of trumpets will be this Sunday, like I said. People come out and commemorate the blowing of trumpets, okay? All right. Um, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Um, hmm, okay. Um, Salakia. Oh,
Okay.
we'll wait a little bit so you guys get your questions. If you have any questions, if not, uh, like and be sure to like and share the class, though. That's for sure. Like and share the class. Okay. Oh, man. Um, okay. We got any more questions? Then we're good for in class, I guess. We at the ISUPK start off 1 West 125th Street. 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the brother and sister: when a brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits. Um, for 6 months, they are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in the particular uh, person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother and sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher the priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount uh, you would like. The Holy Convocation that we're going to be part of here is the memorial blowing of trumpet, the first day of the seventh month, Sunday, the 21st, September 2025, Leviticus 23, 24, and 25. Okay. And uh, remind Akim and Akwaf, Yin, to check the bulletin board. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, pants, and headband and scarf. Okay. And for that, we're in class. Okay. We'll salute out our brothers and our sisters. Mom Shabbat, Mate. Barak. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Barak Atham. Yamata. Sar and Faces Sisters. Mab Shabbat. Mad. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Alathan by Hashem Yahushua.
Yamata. Class dismissed.